I'm Chantel Turner. I'm the founder of Stronger Mommy, and what I do is I empower parents who have special needs children to live a life beyond limits. So that's me and my daughter. And today I want to talk to you about turning your passion into profit, but before we get there, I want to talk to you about mindset. So how many in this room currently have or have ever had in the past one of these little cards, a gym membership, right? You've had one, okay, so everybody. And out of all of you that have had a gym membership, have you ever in your life said, I'm going to wake up and go to the gym tomorrow morning, I'm going to have a great workout, or maybe after work, I'm going to hit the gym on the way home, and then for one reason or another, valid or not, you didn't go. Okay. So what we do in life every single day, in almost every decision we make, is we talk ourselves out of doing something that we should probably do. And it's really easy to talk your own self out of a commitment you made to yourself. So constantly we're telling ourselves, okay, I'm going to wake up tomorrow morning, I'm going to hit the gym. But then you wake up and you're tired and you're like, maybe I'll go tomorrow, right? Tomorrow I'll go to the gym. Or you're at work late and you're like, oh, I got stuck at work late. That hour I was going to have to work out, now it's only 30 minutes, so it's not worth going. And instead, I want you to think of your life moving forward as how you can talk yourself into it. Instead of saying, I'm only going to have 30 minutes at the gym, it's not worth it. I'm going to have 30 minutes, which is better than 0 minutes, and I'm going to make it the best 30-minute workout I've ever had. And then tomorrow, I'm going to finish my other 30 minutes. And I want you to think about that, not just in the gym relationship, but as you go through your life, in the things that you do, we make these micro commitments to ourselves all day, all the time, and then we talk ourselves out of them for one reason or another. Instead, change your mindset and talk yourself into the things that are going to make a difference moving forward. So let me tell you a little bit about me, my story. As I said, I'm the founder of a business called Stronger Mommy, and what I do is I help parents who have children with special needs. And you might wonder why. Well, in 2012, my husband and I decided that we wanted to start a family. I was very fortunate. I got pregnant right away. Wonderful. A lot of women don't. I had a good pregnancy. Everything went really well. And I went into labor full term, 38 weeks, 5 days. And when I got to the hospital, my daughter's heart rate would drop every time I had a contraction. And so they decided to do an emergency C-section. They got my daughter out, and then they said she was fine. Everything was great. And for 2 hours, we were in the maternity room. Everything was great. But her blood sugar was low, her temperature was low, and eventually her doctor did rounds, and he looked at her and he said, I don't know what's wrong, but something is wrong with this baby. Take her to the NICU. Within 20 minutes of her being up in the NICU on monitors, she had an apneic episode. She stopped breathing and turned blue. And then it happened again. And so now it's this frantic, why is this happening? Thank God she was in the NICU, they revived her right away. But why is this brand new baby having apneic episodes? So they did an EEG, they saw some seizure activity, eventually a CT, and finally an MRI. All of this took course over 3 days. And the doctor came to give us the MRI results. We're sitting in our maternity room. My family is there. They'd driven in from a couple hours away. My husband and I are in the room. The neurologist comes in and he opens this folder and he points to my daughter's brain scan, and there's this real dark area in the middle of the scan. And he says, do you see this dark spot here? That portion of your child's brain is dead. Your daughter had a middle cerebral artery stroke right before birth, and that portion of your child's brain is dead. Really hard to process that information. I didn't even know babies could have strokes. And so you go through this, what does that mean? Why me? Why us? Why my child? Is this my fault? I carried her? Did I do something? He said, your daughter will have cerebral palsy. He actually went on to physically act out what that might look like, okay, as traumatizing as that was. She will likely deal with seizures the rest of her life, and we don't really know what her outcome, what her future, what that prognosis holds. We spent 11 days in the NICU. I had a good job, my husband had a good job, we were making a good income, I had great insurance. When we left the NICU, we had a massive pile of debt because insurance didn't cover a big portion of what we owed for all of this time. And more importantly, we had a massive pile of paperwork and confusion we really didn't know what to do with. During that time, we saw hospital social workers. They told us, there's this service and that service, and we're going to apply for this for you and all of that. And I woke up 6 months down the road and realized we weren't getting anything. Nobody had applied for anything for us. My daughter needed services and support and therapies, and I had to get that for her. At the same time, while realizing that, I also realized that I was working full-time. My husband was working full-time. I was commuting about 3 hours a day, round trip, and we were drowning in medical bills, even though we had good jobs. So I had to figure something out. But my husband travels 80% of the year for work, so I couldn't possibly get a second job. What was I going to do? And that's when I went from my journey of JOB into soulpreneur. So the first thing I fell into was network marketing. I found a company, I found a product that I actually really loved, and I began to share that with people. I think probably a lot of people have been down the network marketing path or you're familiar with it, and I did really well. It actually took off for me. I started earning a pretty good income with that, but pretty soon I hit a plateau. And so during that plateau, I began to look for things like how can I grow my network marketing business more? Through that, I found affiliate marketing, and I began doing that as well. Again, bringing in some income, paying down those bills, but still not really doing what I want to do. And this entire time, I'm focused on really figuring out how to get my daughter everything she needs. All of this journey took about 3 years. I'm now getting her the services and support that she needs. I've gotten a ton of help from our state. I've gotten, she's doing amazingly well. Doctors see her and they're like, this can't possibly be the same child that has these brain scans because she's doing so well. And everyone around me is telling me that you're doing such a great job and you should help other parents do this. And nobody, other parents aren't doing this for their kids. And I'm thinking, I don't have special skills. This isn't I'm just getting my kid what she needs. Everybody does this. They don't. So that's when I started Stronger Mommy. I founded the company to help other parents who have children with special needs, just like I do, be able to get the services, support, resources, and community that they need to help them and their children live a limitless life. And so, like I said, I want to talk about turning your passion into profit, and it's all about finding your niche. And so, we all have that story in our lives. My story happened to be about my daughter, but there's something that's happened to you, or maybe a lot of some things. And you probably think that through that journey, whatever you've come out the other side of might not be a skill that you have to share with the world, right? Because we just do it every day. So every day I woke up, I fought for my kid, I got her what she needed. I didn't think that I was doing anything special. But turns out we actually have these skills that other people don't have, and they're so ordinary to us, we don't realize they're a skill. And it took a lot of people telling me that I was doing something different and hearing it so many times that eventually I was like, oh, maybe I am. But then how do you go out and test the market to see if your skill really is just ordinary or if it's something that you can truly turn into a profitable business? And so the way that I've done that as I began to build my brand is through a group on Facebook. It's just an avenue that I've used. And it's not just any group. A lot of people have Facebook groups. I know Tamara asked you guys, and it looks like everybody in the room has a group. But how many of you have a group that is actually active? Meaning that everyone in the group is 100% active. You post, they respond. Everyone in the group is active, right? 2. So everyone in the room has a group on Facebook, and most of you probably feel like you're constantly posting and there's very little action happening inside the group, and it's frustrating. So how do you grow an active group? Well, first, niche specificity is important, and then emotion. So for me, my group is only people parenting a child with special needs. I don't care if you teach children with special needs, you're not in my group. You have to be a parent with a child of special needs. Why? Because they're passionate about that. They're passionate about their children. They can relate to each other. It's very specific. And so I've been able to build this community, and then I've made it a safe place for them to be. Because of that passion that is there, and that passion, that excitement, whatever, exists in every single business. You just have to figure out how you're going to phrase it. But when you're out there and you say, cool, this is a safe place for you to be able to vent, but also be positive. So we celebrate the small wins here. We vent about the challenges that we deal with our children, all of that. And because we don't allow any negativity, and I put that out from the beginning, I was very clear about it, this group has been able to grow. And so literally you can maybe see, depending on how small that slide is, I started my group about 6 months ago. I have 2,500 members, just about, and all of them are active. Every single member of my group is active within the group. I go live, they listen, and more importantly, they're my tribe. They're the people that will defend me before I know I'm even being attacked by someone on social media. So if I post something and somebody wants to be rude and negative, because they're all out there, negative Nancy's, these people will go to bat for me. And they'll be like, no, you can't put her down. She's amazing. They're the people that tell me that what I'm doing in my business is right. They're validating that for me, that I do have something to offer the market. And so I encourage you, if you do have a group, if you are considering building a business and you're wondering, is this the right thing to do with my life? This is a great way to test that market. It's a free group, but it's people that will buy my products, buy my services. They're already buying into me, and then they know who I am, and they continuously tell me that I have value to offer them. So it's a great way to do that. And so everybody says, well, when's the best time to start something new, right? So people think, oh, well, I'm going to start that diet on Monday. Monday's a good day. I don't know why Monday's a good day to start a diet. Monday, or the first of the month, right? Everything that we do, it's a good time to start a new hobby, to start a diet, to change careers. Not today. The answer is the best time to do anything is right now when you're excited about doing it. If you're excited about starting a new diet, don't wait till Monday. Start your diet right now and then talk yourself into it. Commit to that and say, you know what? I am going to start a new career. Here's why. Take that risk and be fully in that. Be fully committed, because when you leave events like this, you're excited. That's why we go, right? They're like event junkies, like conference junkies. They go for that high, that education, that excitement that builds, and then you leave. And if you do nothing with it right away, it dwindles very quickly. You have to take action right away and be excited about it. And so 10 years from now, I want you to think back, and are you going to say, man, I wish I would have? Or damn, I'm really glad that I did. But just if you guys want to build a more active group on Facebook and you want some help with that, or you want to figure out what your passion is and how to really kind of test it in the market and see if that's going to be a good avenue for you to go, then I would love to help you.
I think one of the biggest struggles that I'm facing, my group is about 7,000, and they're just dead. I mean, no matter what content you put out there, they just like sponges.
Yep.
And do you have a solution for that?
Yeah, so it depends. It depends on, I would need more information, like is it very niche specific? Is it emotionally based? Are you 100% only the people in this specific niche are allowed in? So groups now let you ask 3 questions before somebody comes in. The first question my group asks is, are you currently parenting a child with special needs? If your answer is anything but yes, you're not in my group. I'm sorry that you're a single mom of 6 and you're struggling. Find a single mom's group. Okay. This is not for you. So I am very clear about that. I go live in my group every single Monday at 4 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Without fail, I go live. They know I'm going. It happens every week, and they get excited. They're looking forward to jumping on. I approve all posts going into my group so that not only do I get to read them and comment first if it's something I feel like I want to comment on and they know who I am, but I also am able to monitor what's going in. And because I'm so clear about what that group is about, what that message is about, and how much of a support community it is, they feel comfortable, they're active, and the more people that build, like what'll happen, even if you have a stagnant group, as you start to change the dynamics of that group, people will leave if they're not part of that, niche, but they'll begin to see, ooh, everybody's always posting, I want to post too, and it like builds, right? So it's kind of like anything, if everybody starts to, one person has to come up and speak on stage, and then more people get a little bit, okay, I'll go, right? But you got to be the first. So that's really how to kind of turn that up.
Can you go live on your Monday at 4?
Yep.
What you're going to be talking about? Do they know ahead of time?
So it depends if I know what I'm going to talk about. I'm very much an on-the-fly kind of person. So sometimes I'll just do a Q&A if I really have nothing that I want to talk about. But a lot of times I'll actually look at like what's been the big polarization in the group that week. There's always like a common topic that week. And so I'll go through and I'll say, hey, 5 people have talked about this issue this week, right? This frustration, this vent, whatever. And so I won't tell them ahead of time, but when I post the live, I'll say, hey, join me live right now. I'm gonna be talking about this, boom. And then I always start my lives because the group is constantly getting new members. So we average 200 to 300 new members a week. So I'll say, hi, I'm Chantel Turner. For those of you that don't know me, I'm the founder of Stronger Mommy and this group, Stronger Mommies. And then I go into my live. Today we're gonna be talking about whatever. I remind them to comment, I remind them to engage with me, I read the comments, I go through that, and then at the end I'm always trying to point them back to something, whether it's to invite more people to the group that are niche specific. I tell them feel free to invite people, but make sure that they want to be in the group. We're not like hey, I just dropped you in here, welcome. That they are, in our niche. And then, a lot of times I have something free that I'm able to give them, some other resource that I'm able to point them to. So as you start to build your group, and if your group is super active, Facebook will give you, Facebook will promote your group for you. It's kind of cool to other people that are in your niche. I have in the past, I don't have one running right now, but very inexpensive Facebook ads to the group. And you know, a lot of times Facebook just gives me free members. So I'd say most of our members are not referrals. They're free from Facebook.